6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavala, read by Sounditavam. The President underscores the importance of effectively utilizing the funds allocated by the government for meaningful development initiatives. Applications open for national colleges. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said it is a significant feature that ticket reservation of government servants has been digitalized. Labour contributions from inmates have resulted in earnings of 116 million rupees. The government introduces a hotline for drinking water shortages. In foreign news, Gaza aid reaches shore in first sea delivery. In sports, Sri Lanka beat Bangladesh by 3 wickets in the second ODI. President Ranil Wickremesinghe urged all government officials to wholeheartedly commit themselves to ensuring that the benefits provided to the people through government funding for development activities are effectively utilized. By responsibly managing these resources, officials can contribute significantly to bolstering the national economy. The President further requested active participation from all local government officials in supporting the success of programs such as Aswasuma Urumaya and agricultural modernization initiatives alongside the Kandurata Dakshaya Kava program. He emphasized that the collective benefits derived from these endeavors will significantly contribute to the enhancement of the national economy. President Ranil Wickremesinghe conveyed these directives during a discussion held yesterday at the Foundation Institute, Colombo, with all district secretaries and divisional secretaries, focusing on the progress of government-implemented development programs. During this meeting, which is organized under the theme Precursor to a Strong Future 2024, extensive discussions were held regarding the development programs initiated by the government, as well as the challenges encountered during their implementation. Under the Aswasuma program, benefits will be extended to 2 million families initially, with plans to increase this number to 2.4 million. An allocation of 183 billion rupees has been earmarked for this initiative. Furthermore, 2 million families are set to receive freehold land deeds through the Urumaya program with a budget allocation of 2 billion rupees. The decentralized budget program across all 25 districts is allocated at 11,250 million rupees to ensure effective implementation. The Education Ministry has taken steps to accept applications for the admission of students to the National Colleges of Education based on the results of the advanced level examination in the academic year 2021-2022. Accordingly, the Gazette has been issued yesterday. Candidates should send in their applications via the online system, and selections will be done through the online system. The closing date for online applications is the 5th of April. Applications submitted prior to 12 p.m. yesterday will not be accepted and will not be considered, the ministry said. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said it is a significant feature that ticket reservation of government servants has been digitalized. This has been a remarkable feature of the 160-year-old history of the Railway Department. The department has faced many challenges and overcome those situations in a systematic manner. The country faced many hardships in 2021 and 2022, but however the public realizes that the situation is gradually changing to a healthy level, the minister added. The State Minister of Justice and Prison Affairs, Anuradha Jayaratne, hinted at the potential submission of 107 newly revised bills to Parliament between 2022 and 2023. Moreover, the minister pointed out that in 2023, the agriculture and industry sectors together produced earnings worth 116 million rupees, thanks to the labour contributions of the inmates. These statements were made by the State Minister during a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre recently, focusing on the theme, Collective Path to a Stable Country. The State Minister added that there has been a notable initiative to empower inmates within prisons by providing them with employment opportunities. Through the collaborative efforts between the public and private sectors, initiatives have been launched to integrate inmates into the workforce from within the prisons. This initiative is particularly evident in prisons such as Valikada, Mahara and Angunukala Palasa, where activities like manufacturing shoes, coils and food has been established, showcasing a positive step towards rehabilitation and skill development among the population. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. As Sri Lanka grapples with arid weather conditions, residents in areas facing drinking water issues have been urged to reach out to the hotline 117 introduced by the Disaster Management Centre. The DMC hotline stands ready to address concerns related to water shortages exacerbated by the ongoing dry spell. Pradeep Kodipilli, Deputy Director of the DMC, emphasized the importance of swift action in addressing the pressing issues of drinking water scarcity. He encouraged affected residents to utilize the hotline to report their situations promptly. In addition, Kodipilli highlighted the role of Grama Niladhari officers, urging residents to contact them as another avenue to seek resolutions for the water-related challenges. The Satarava Deepani felicitation ceremony organised by the Transport, Highways and Mass Media Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena will be held at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall this evening. Tributes will be paid to the best movie artists and scholarships will be awarded to students who are currently pursuing the GCE Advanced Level Technology stream this year. Arrangements have been made to offer a scholarship worth 2,000 rupees per month to 250 students selected from all the districts who are currently studying the technology stream for the 2 years under the Pragna Bandhu Scholarship Program, a concept introduced by Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena. Tributes will also be paid to a group of artists who had contributed to the artwork created by Dr. Bandula Gunawardena. Religious leaders, political leaders, high government officials, artists, scholars, agriculturists, and other intellectuals have been invited for this event. That concludes local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
Education Minister Dr. Susil Premajayantha said that children should not be sent to school just for the purpose of passing exams. Minister Premajayantha said that since the purpose of education is to equip children with knowledge, attitudes and skills, children should not be sent to school only for the purpose of making them pass examinations by creating a competitive environment. The minister noted that it is expected through educational reforms to stop measuring children's knowledge only through examinations. Through the proposed education reforms, the emphasis is on evaluating the skills acquired by the child for practical activities. The minister expressed these views in connection with the national program of introducing the activity-based oral English program to schools for children who enter the grade 1 in 2024. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB New Year offer. Valuable gifts and gift vouchers. 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
As temperatures soar in parts of Sri Lanka, authorities warn of an impending rise in the heat index, particularly in regions spanning the northeastern, north central and eastern provinces, as well as in the Colombo, Gampaha, Monoragala, Mana, Mullaitivu, Vavuniya and the Hambantota districts. The heat index, a measure of how hot it feels to the human body when relative humidity is factored in with the actual air temperature, is anticipated to escalate to levels classified as caution. This poses potential health risks, especially to vulnerable populations such as the elderly, children and individuals with pre-existing health conditions. As such, people are advised to prioritize hydration and take frequent breaks in shaded areas to prevent the heat-related illnesses. People are also advised to wear lightweight, loose-fitting and light-colored clothing to help stay cool in the sweltering conditions. Furthermore, individuals engaging in outdoor activities are encouraged to limit strenuous exertion, seek shade whenever possible, and stay adequately hydrated, and came to you in Watchlight.
CIB New Year offer. Valuable gifts and gift vouchers. 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Coming up, World News.
Making headlines this morning, Gaza aid reaches shore in first sea delivery. Water crisis shakes India's Silicon Valley. Australian farm grows the world's largest and biggest blueberry. The first ship towing a barge of humanitarian aid to Gaza has unloaded supplies onto the shore. The Spanish ship Open Arms left Cyprus on Tuesday with 200 tons of food desperately needed for Gaza, which the UN says is on the brink of famine. Videos posted online show a crane moving crates from the barge to lorries waiting on a purpose-built jetty. It marks the start of a trial to see if sea deliveries are effective after air and land deliveries proved difficult. The World Central Kitchen, which supplied the food, carried out the mission in cooperation with the United Arab Emirates to deliver the barge's cargo of rice, flour, legumes, canned vegetables and canned proteins. In India's Bengaluru city, thousands of people have been chasing tankers, taking fewer showers and sometimes missing work to store enough water to get through the day. The southern metropolis, once called a pensioner's paradise because of its cool weather and lush gardens, is now more famous as India's infotech hub, where companies like Infosys, Wipro and hundreds of startups have plush offices. But years of rapid, often unplanned expansion have taken a toll, and the city now appears bursting at its seams. Bengaluru's 15 million people need at least 2 billion litres of water every day. More than 70% of this comes from a Kaveri river. The river originates in Karnataka state and has been at the centre of a water-sharing dispute with the neighbouring Tamil Nadu state for more than a century. An Australian farm has smashed a record for the world's largest blueberry with a fruit the size of a ping-pong ball. Picked in November and stashed in a freezer since, the monster was almost 4 centimetres wide and weighed in at 20.4 grams, about 10 times the average blueberry. The title was previously held by a 16.2-gram berry grown in Western Australia. The specimen is of a new variety developed by the Costa Group to meet consumer demands for larger berries. Brad Hawking says the Eterna breed consistently yields huge fruit, but recent growing conditions had sparked a bumper crop at their farm in Corindi, in northern New South Wales. His team had noticed some promising berries on the trees, but was shocked and stoked when they were weighed. Back to the headlines of the world news. Gaza aid reaches shore in first sea delivery. Water crisis shakes India's Silicon Valley, and Australian farm grows the world's biggest blueberry. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
Development News.
Home Affairs State Minister Ashoka Priyantha announced that interviews for the recruitment of Gramanilidari officers for 2002 vacant Gramanilidari divisions are currently underway, and the selected candidates will be appointed before the end of April. During a press briefing at the Presidential Media Centre on the theme, Collective Path to a Stable Country, Priyantha emphasised the potential of President Ranil Wickremesinghe's agenda, stating that continued progress along this path could lead to significant improvements in the country's economy and the overall well-being. That's Development News.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lanka beat Bangladesh in the second ODI match by 3 wickets. The match was played at Chattogram. Sri Lanka won the toss and elected to field, and batting first, Bangladesh scored 286 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in their allotted 50 overs. David Hidroy scored an unbeaten 96 runs and Samya Sakar scored 68. The Sri Lankan skipper Manindu Hasaranga took 4 wickets. In reply, Sri Lanka hit the target score in 47.1 overs. Pathum Nissanka scored a brilliant 114 in 113 deliveries. Charita Salanka scored 91 runs. That's sports news. We take a look at business news next.
Go ekathiana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyameta set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Duchess of Sussex has launched what appears to be a new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. The surprise unveiling was made on Thursday with a new Instagram account and web page containing a few details. Meghan closed her former lifestyle brand, The Tig, on her engagement to marry the Duke of Sussex. Since stepping back from official royal duties, she's embarked on media ventures, many aimed at female audiences. The American Riviera Orchard Instagram account features a brief, grainy video showing hands arranging flowers, Meghan stirring a pot in a kitchen, and a woman in a ball gown standing at the end of a long colonnade. The website includes the brand logo and a prompt to sign up for a waiting list. That's business news. Economic news up next.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life ekේ change ekata niyameta set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyameta set wenna friendship ekata menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
On to economic news. The power purchase agreements for a 150 megawatt ground mount solar project to be developed at the Solar Energy Park Gannoru Hamantota was signed recently. The project will be developed by a consortium of 17 local developers comprising 13 power plants of 10 megawatts and 4 power plants of 5 megawatts, making up a capacity of 150 megawatts. The project, with a $150 million investment, will be developed together with the transmission and grid facilities under a new business model with the CEB's Standardized Power Purchase Agreement. The project aims to commence construction in May 2024 and connect to the grid by mid-2025. That's economic news.
Weather report.
Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces, also in the Gaul and Matara districts in the evening or night. Mainly dry weather will prevail elsewhere in the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in Sabaragamuwa, the central and Uva provinces, and also in the Gaul and Matara districts during the morning. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The President underscores the importance of effectively utilizing the funds allocated by the government for meaningful development initiatives. Applications open for national colleges. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena said it is a significant feature that ticket reservations of government servants has been digitalized. Labour contributions from inmates have resulted in earnings of 116 million rupees. The government introduces a hotline for drinking water shortages. Gaza aid reaches shore in the first sea delivery, and Sri Lanka beat Bangladesh by 3 wickets in the second one-day international. On that note, we conclude this morning's news broadcast, and now it's back to your host, Sonal, across the glass pane to keep you entertained on a beautiful, humid Saturday morning. All yours, Sonal.